Hi guys, I want to talk to you for a minute about making observations. So, making observations is something that is incredibly important in science, not just chemistry, but in all fields of science. It's a way for us to identify the world around us and gather clues about what is happening or what we think might be happening. Now, making observations can be something as basic as using your five senses, or it could be something more complex, like actually using a chemical reaction to see what will happen. So, we're going to practice using both types of observation methods on a supply I actually found in the lab stock room. There we go. I hope you can see what that is. There we go. Maybe a little better there. Now, some of you might already kind of have a guess as to what this is, but let's make some observations first, okay? I'm going to start off by observing some what we call physical characteristics, meaning I can observe these characteristics without changing this item. I'm going to use some of my five senses, like touch. It feels smooth, okay, kind of soft, I guess you could say. My sight, sense of sight, I can see that it is kind of a white or an off-white color, okay? And there's something kind of sticking out of the top that matches that same color, okay? So we've got some physical characteristics, but we also, since we are in chemistry, need some chemical characteristics as well. Now, everybody's favorite thing to do in chemistry is usually to light things on fire. So let's see if we can, in fact, light this item on fire. Then we'll know if it is what we say flammable. Oh, can you see it? Okay, it is flammable. I've got a nice little flame there. Okay, we've got some smoke coming off. Now, I know that that's a chemical reaction because what is burned cannot be unburned. Most chemical properties and chemical reactions can't be reversed. So I've made something new. I made a little bit of ash up here and some smoke. Those items weren't there before. And so that's also how I know that it is a chemical reaction. Okay, so we used a couple of our senses, but if you remember, we've got five senses. We used sight and we used touch. There's also smell we can use. Not really. Well, now it smells kind of burnt, but there's not really a smell from this part of the item. And then we've got sound or our hearing and taste. Now, taste, obviously, you got to be careful of in a chemistry classroom. Only if the teacher gives permission can you use that sense. So some of you might already have an idea and think you know what this is and you've got it all figured out. We call that a hypothesis. You've made an educated guess as to what this item is. You put those clues together from the observations that we made. And you might be wrong. Hypotheses can be correct, but they can also be incorrect. But hang on to that thought and let's gather a couple more clues, shall we? Since I am the teacher and I do know this substance is safe, let's use those last two senses, shall we? Do you hear the crunching? That's you're hearing. It tastes sour. Sour and crunchy. Okay. Still think you know what it is?